Next up, we got Corleone, the European player who did very well in the Classic Clash 1v1 EU League versus Silk.
So Corleone, this is what I'm talking about, baby. Glovesy the Immortal, Necro Knight Robe. This is the armor warlock that is terrifying. You see those big, bright purple gloves? Yeah, that's big armor.
Oh yeah, you can't miss the big, bright purple gloves.
It's basically a male wearing warlock at this point. He's wearing male gear. So let's see what Silk does. Maybe even go for an expose armor play just to get through all the armor on these two pieces of gear. Opens with a cheap shot into a hemo, shadow reflector into a kidney. Okay, Rinatakis, and here's the seduce.
Health stones up. Got a good bandage.
Pouch, hard casted fear. He popped the amplify curse. Didn't get the curse off. Blinds the pet. There's the death coil. Really good play. Hard casted fear again. And this is looking really bad for Silk.
Oh yeah, this is where Silk is wishing that he was an undead player for the Will of the Forsaken, because if he hadn't got feared right there, it would be over.
Or if he put his PvP trinket on, which he did not. He's sitting down to eat, but these dots are going to just true right there.
Yeah, that's
a amplified curse of agony.
4 whole dots on my boy.
Oh, he might get a re-stealth here. Siphon. Oh, he re-stealths with Siphon Life.
Oh no, the corruption barely got him.
Again. What's up with Rogues vanishing with dots, though?
I don't know. My man probably should have just saved that vanish for the next round, but he went for the kill. He almost had it.
He also prepped. He prepped vanish, so all he has now is blind for the next one.
Oh god, things are looking bleak for our boy Silk. Looks like Rockman, you were right about Locks being a little OP, especially when they got these gloves and that robe.
I mean, yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, boy.
Looks like Nullman's asks, what are those gloves? Gloves of the Immortal. AQ gloves. They've got something like 200 armor on them. 188 armor and 28 stamina. Very thick boy gloves. If you're a caster, you're 1v1ing a rogue, you want these thick boy gloves on. And the robe he's wearing is a trash drop in Naxxramas called Necro Knight's Robes. And it's only for a priest, mage, and warlock, and it's literally an armor. It is a plate armor piece. Alright, there's a stab. Cheap shot. Succubus? Succubus, hello?
Hello, Succubus.
Oh, there it is. He trinkets it, blinds, goes over to the pet, kicks the pet immediately, and pretty much deletes the pet, okay?
Gets the pet kill? Barely. That seduce almost landed, yeah.
Oh, but he didn't get the reset. It took too long to kill. Death coil goes off and there's dots all over him. Silk is pretty much dead here.
That's too much distance. And he's not trying to close it. Oh my god, it's over.
He's stealthing with dots. Oh my god. And that's actually rogue.
Ripperino.
Pops the AGM, tries to run away for some reason.
He
doesn't have sprint to connect the distance.
He is busting out some very skilled aerial 360 spins.
This is Rogues dotted up on ice.
Disney on ice.
Figure skating. Oh, Jesus. I'll take it. You know what? I know Robin is like, you know, little Batman's little boy toy, but in Teen Titans, Robin is a badass, so I'll take it. Look, and I know you guys want me to stream, but I'm not streaming. I'm really not. I'm streaming tomorrow, though, 12 p.m. Central. You know where to find me, baby. All right, here we go. Banish coming out onto the Succubus, and Bob's in trouble. He's feared. He's fully dotted. This is really bad. He throws out a Death Coil on Corleone. Corleone is running away in Death Coil. Doesn't have a Devour Magic for his pet because both pets are banished right now. But look at Bobby taking the dots like a man. He pops the Health Stone, trying to stay alive here. I like the Spell Ward here as well, but he gets Spell Locked by the Fell Hunter. Your Succubus hasn't done a thing for you in this duel. Why did you bring out a Succubus? And Drain Life finishes Prison Bob off. Succubus is 1,000,000% the play. I don't know what he thought he was going to do. He thought he was going to do a little sucky bang, sucky Death Coil bang, but it just doesn't happen because there's a little Fell Hunter here to devour it and spell lock you. So imagine your Succubus goes off, you're hard casting the biggest Soulfire of your life. It's going to one-shot him. The little Fell Hunter's just going to just silence you. It's over. So it looks like Prison Bob here realizes his mistake, and he's going to bring out Pythoon, a Fell Hunter of his own. So Pythoon versus Thuthoon. I love these Fell Hunter names. Corleone's Fell Hunter name is Thuthoon, and then Bobby's name is Pythoon. Fucking Warlocks, man. It's so stupid. All right, here we go. Prison Bob versus Corleone. It sounds like a mafia boss name, Corleone. All right, flag is down. Bobby S keys away. Corleone walks away. Corleone pops the Shadow Ward actually, and the Loatheb's Reflection. It looks like he Devour Magic is off and Immolate. Fear comes out from Bobby, but he gets Spell Locked. Fear comes out from Corleone, and it connects. And there's so many dots on top of Bobby, I don't think he can Devour Magic it off. He pops the Spell Ward there, Shadow Reflector as well, and there's a Banish out on Pythoon. No Banish out on Thuthoon. Dots out on everybody. Corleone is sitting healthy, though. Hard casting a Fear. Bobby eats the Fear. Dots are taking. Bobby's got 1%, and Bobby goes down. 2 wins for Corleone, and Bobby falls down to the loser's bracket.
Mom, I love your sister. I love you. Who's next?
All right.
Corleone versus Oxtane.
Next up, we got Corleone the Warlock versus Oxtane the Shaman. Oxtane hails from Fairlina. Corleone is one of our European players, and he has come to win.
Shit. And honestly, the big thing against the Shaman is being able to pierce the tones on him, as Oxtane literally takes the force and he casts on that evil. He gets interrupted by the Fell Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know about that War Stomp that Oxtane just used. Ideally, he would have War Stomped both the Fell Hunter and the Warlock, but that's not what happened.
Real talk, he can just fear him and Drain Life him and say, haha, NA over you, right? What's Oxtane gonna do here?
Somebody got to stop this European player.
I mean, he has no grenade. I mean, he can just continually be feared with dots
Big
on him
bandage.
and Drain Life on him.
Big bandage by Oxtane. I mean by freaking Corleone. Oxtane is closing the distance, but he can't really do much. He's got the COT on him. It's over in round 1.
I mean, real talk, and I don't know the rules of the tournament, but is anybody wearing a resist set? Because
Yeah, for sure. Resist sets are 100% allowed, and people have made very good use of resistance sets in this tournament, particularly the Warrior Omega Weapon. He's managed to take out 2 mages wearing frost resistance gear.
Bob, he's wearing frost resistance gear against mages? Are you serious?
Hell yeah, brother. Why not? They use frost. Alright, we got these 2 competitors healing up.
I have no response to that. I mean, you're right.
When you're right, you're right.
And when you're right, you're right. In this case, Corleone versus Oxtane. Can Oxtane change anything for this duel? He's not going to have Nature's Witness, which is the major spell off of his talent. Versus Corleone, who's just a warlock who, he's looking for the title. He's seriously searching for the title.
Yeah, Corleone is definitely one of the top players in this tournament. Oxtane is going to need some big Chain Lightning critical hits if he wants to make a comeback.
But how's he going to get one?
It's RNG, baby. You just gotta pray. You just gotta pray for those crits.
Here it comes.
There! Ooh! Big Chain Lightning, let's go. I don't think he got the crit though. He needed the crit.
And there we go. Here's the fear. Here's the dot taking on Oxtane. Corleone, the way we call his mom.
Man, Octane needed to have a trimmer totem up. He can't get caught in that fear. It's over.
Is the pet totem stopping? I don't even see.
Not sure. Could be.
Shishio
There we
takes
go.
the
Quick 2-0 by Corleone.
Shishio takes the
Where's
1-0.
that monster?
Oh wait, that's the 2-0.
Oh, he's gonna
Shishio takes the 2-0.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to 6 players after starting with 36 players. All these guys, a great round of applause for them. Great congratulations.
All right,
You've managed
ladies
to
and
beat
gentlemen, we're
some
down to
incredible
6
players today
players
to get this
after
far into
starting
this
with
tournament.
36
Now we're
players.
going back up
All
to
these
the
guys
winners
have
bracket.
a
We
great
have
round of applause for
Deb
them.
the Warlock versus Corleone X the Warlock. Now, you know I said I wanted a Warlock to win this.
Warlock?
Yeah. You know,
Say Warlock versus Warlock?
Warlock versus Warlock. You know said I wanted Warlock to win this? Well, now I got 3 Warlocks in the top 4 winners bracket. So my odds are looking pretty good.
Bobby, you definitely PvE this Wednesday game. If you're playing a Warlock right now, are you wearing your Twin M's Taking gear, or what are you doing?
Well, currently as a Warlock in this tournament, I was a Conflagrate spec, so I wouldn't be wearing my Shadow Resistance against me because then you just get melted by the fire. But almost every other Warlock in this game is going to be Shadow spec because they have the 4-piece T3, which increases corruption damage by 12% and makes it very powerful in combination with your other spells. So here we have these 2 Warlocks going at each other. One of them's got the Fell Hunter banished already. It's Corleone X, the EU player. He is got Debs on the run as both players pop spellstones to remove the dots on them, re-dotting each other up. Now it's a reversal where Debs' Fell Hunter is out and ripping Corleone X while Corleone X's Fell Hunter is in the banish. This is anybody's game at this point as fears go out, dots are ticking Corleone X down, the pet is shredding him, he has nothing he can do to come back with that health, and Debs takes the first round. Nice, USA, knock that EU player out, baby.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as a Warlock versus Warlock, I have no other
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of tricks to Warlock versus Warlock. Like earlier we saw one Warlock using Curse of Tongues while another was using Curse of Agony. There's a lot up for debate. Some people might use a Succubus. Most would just go with the Fell Hunter straight up. Some people go for the Banish early. Some people use it later. It's really hard to tell when to do the right move against a Warlock versus Warlock. These guys' gear is pretty much equal. You'll see the T3 robe on Corleone X, whereas Debs has a T2.5 AQ40 robe, which is also very good for PvP and comes with some spell penetration that the T3 does not. I don't know, that's a tough call. If somebody could open up with a Seduce onto the player and then a Banish onto the Fell Hunter, then do a COE or COS and a big nuke to open on the player, they might win. But these 2 players are going safe. They want to use the Fell Hunter because the Fell Hunter is going to do some work no matter what. You don't have to rely on landing a very critical crowd control. You just set that guy on him and he's going to tear him up. Looks like Corleone X has come out with an early advantage in this one, but Debs and Corleone X separate, and Debs manages a banish on the Fell Hunter while he gets his strategy back in gear, comes back to Corleone X, reconnects, dots are up on both players. Debs is going for the kill, but Corleone X manages to melt him down just before he finishes. Very close duel on that one. 1-1. Going to the final. you can see that Corleone X has used his Shadow Reflector, and Debs has also used his Shadow Reflector. Death Coil is on the exact same cooldown for both of these players because they've been using it on each other as soon as it comes up. Debs is preparing a Spell Stone, Corleone X with a Health Stone. I think these players will stick to the Fell Hunter through and through.
I think they have.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, when I was dueling Corleone X earlier in this tournament, I tried to open on him with the Succubus. What I did was I had Succubus stealthed in one area, and then I started running off in another area, and just as the duel started, I popped my Gnomish cloaking device, opened with a Banish onto his Fell Hunter, and I tried to get a Seduce onto him so I'd have them both CC'd at the same time, and I could just blast the shit out of him. Sadly, he remembered where my Succubus was stealthed, got it out of stealth, and fucked it up before it could cast a Seduce, so I lost the first round to Corleone X because I did not go with the Fell Hunter, and these players are not going to make that same mistake as this third and final match begins. Debs pops the Spellstone early. I'm not sure if that was a good call. I don't know if he got the dots off, as he is just getting nuked and nuked without any comeback for Corleone X. The dots have ticked too much of Debs' HP off for him to even have a chance in this match, as fears land and the Fell Hunter continues to nom him up. GG, Corleone X, the EU Warlock moves on to the final round of the winners bracket. But we're going to move on to Corleone X versus Slippery Pete while we wait for the cooldowns between these players. Here we have the finals of the winners bracket. So both of these players have beat a ton of people to make it this far into the tournament. Congratulations to both of you. You're pretty close to winning $100. That would be a pretty nice way to end the night for one of you competitors. So these two Warlocks are ready to go. The Shadow Wards are up. The Shadow Reflectors popped. Fell Hunter on both. Corleone's opening with a Banish on Slippery Pete's Fell Hunter, while Slippery Pete is going for dots on Corleone X, trying to kill him. Let's see. It looks like Corleone X has a slight advantage right now, as his HP is significantly higher than Slippery Pete. And there you have it. Corleone X, the EU Warlock, taking a quick early victory against my boy Pete. Cooldowns are down on both players. Each one is spec'd for Amplify, Curse, and Affliction. Each one has used it. The Shadow Reflector by Corleone X was blown early to open that match, which prevented Pete from using any shadow spells for the first 4 seconds. You can predict that Pete is probably going to do the exact same thing to open this secondary round, maybe allowing him to even the score here and bring it to a third best of 3 match. Yep, that Shadow Reflector to open the Warlock versus Warlock duel is extremely powerful. 4 seconds to just blast, that's a lot of time. Maybe if one of these Warlocks were fire spec like me, they could just open with an Immolate and the Shadow Reflectors up and do a good amount of damage, but neither of them is trying to live that life. Spellstone by Corleone X removes all dots on him, while Slippery Pete is covered in dots, gets Fell Hunter silenced, Death Coiled, and finished off 2-0. The EU Warlock moves on to the grand final match, while Pete is knocked into the LB to see if he can get himself a rematch.
Pete, no!
No, Pete! What about USA, bro?
What about USA, Pete?
Corleone X,
I think they'll
scary man.
should win. I think it's kind of a Warlock. It's a Warlock favorite matchup, no matter what. The Warlock doesn't have to hard catch or anything, or any damage to the Hunter. The Warlock has a lot of survivability. Sacrifice a head, he's fine.
What is this Warlock doing? He's got his imp out. I don't get it. Nah, bro, that's a 15% fire damage increase if you demonic sacrifice an imp. That's not gonna do anything for you.
Is it for the fire shield?
Oh, maybe he wants that extra buff. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. He's switching now.
He's fire shielded himself. He's going. He's throwing the marbles. I mean,
Dude, yeah,
right?
Corleone X knows he's in the finals round. He's got to bust out every single little trick that he's got to win this. Note how Corleone X chooses to use a Voidwalker instead of a Succubus like Pete did. That's what I would do as well, because that Voidwalker, if you just close the distance, you got an extra 3,000 HP. You get your dots up, you spam Shadow Burn, you blast him whenever you can in the dead zone with the Immolates and the Conflagrates. And you can usually take a hunter down unless they get some good crits and some good distance creation.
I mean, Corleone also he also might have scatter shot, trap plays. I'm really excited. Big PvP man, Corleone X, let's go grand finals.
Let's go, here we go. We got a Title Charm opener by Corleone X as he puts the dots up onto Big PvP Man. There's the Voidwalker sack. Note how he's able to get a cast off with that shield off, and the Broken Tooth can't slow it down at all. Here we have a case of Stutter Step Drink/Eat versus Dots, and it looks like the Stutter Step Drink/Eat is slowly winning. Holy crap, the Goblin Rocket Boots are popped. Corleone X is charging in for Europe. America's on the run. The fears are coming out. The dots are up. Improved Wing Clip is procced, but there's no hope as Big PvP Man is just torn apart by those damage over time abilities.
Okay, let's take a look at cooldowns here. Corleone used Amplify Curse there, he used Goblin Rocket Boost there, whereas Big PvP Man has used 0 cooldowns again.
Yep.
Not a single cooldown was expended.
Yeah, but hunters don't have that many cooldowns. I do feel you though. He's now got the Shadow Reflector equipped, and that could be a difference maker. I still think that Corleone X, my bad, with the Voidwalker sack and charge into the dead zone strategy is gonna do what Pete was not able to and finish this hunter off, taking the
Is Corleone he's got possibly a
Here we go. There's no net equip, so if he does equip a net, it's going to have to come from a feigned death. As the damage starts piling on, Corleone fails to get into the dead zone as he takes a decent amount of damage. The dots are once again ticking on Big PvP Man, but the distance is there. He's blasting him down. Corleone X does not have the Goblin Rocket Boots, but alas, Corleone X did not use his spell domination last round, so he's able to resummon the Warlock Voidwalker, and that gives him another 3,000 HP shield. There's just no way that Gray Screen with all those dots on him is going to be able to tear through all those shields, as Corleone X 2-0's Big PvP Man and takes the PTR Tournament Championship. Europe came to play. This guy is a gamer who was a top dog in the EU Classic Clash 1v1 League, and now he's proved that whether it's EU or NA, whether it's P5 or P6, Corleone X knows how to Warlock and he knows how to win. Congratulations to our champion. Congratulations to everybody who competed. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for helping me cast. Thanks.